The river known to many as the Darling is also called Baaka, a name from the first peoples of the land. It represents a deep connection stretching back through countless generations. The Baaka is more than just water. It is a story, a song, a memory. It carves its path through Australia, bringing life where it seems unlikely. For centuries, it has been central to this land, defining landscapes and lives. Understanding the Baaka is understanding a fundamental part of Australia. This river system is one of the longest in Australia, starting as small streams in Queensland. These waters merge, growing stronger on their journey to meet the Murray River. Together, they form the Murray-Darling Basin, a region of immense ecological and agricultural importance. The health of the Baaka is tied to the health of this entire system. Its flow has far-reaching consequences. For Indigenous communities, it is sacred, a source of sustenance and cultural identity. The river is a living entity holding the history of the land and its people. Today, the Baaka faces many challenges. The demands on its waters are immense, and climate change brings new uncertainties. We must listen to the river, understand its needs, and learn from those who know it best. The story of the Baaka continues to unfold. Its future depends on our actions and our willingness to care for this vital artery of the Australian outback. The lands along the Baaka are often harsh and dry, yet where the river flows, life finds a way. Agriculture has long relied on the Baaka's waters, enabling crops like cotton and citrus to thrive. This agricultural output is crucial, contributing to the economy and providing food for the nation. The relationship between agriculture and the Baaka is complex, a delicate balance. Water extraction for irrigation has allowed communities to thrive, but it also places pressure on the river. The demand for water often exceeds what the river can sustainably provide, especially during droughts. The needs of agriculture must be weighed against the river's needs. Irrigation methods have evolved, with techniques like drip irrigation reducing wastage. Yet the scale of agriculture remains a challenge. The sustainability of farming in the Darling Basin depends on better resource sharing. It requires innovation and long-term thinking. The communities are resilient, having faced droughts and floods before, but challenges are intensifying, and the Baaka's flow is becoming less certain. This uncertainty affects farmers, the regional economy, and rural towns. Ensuring a future for agriculture along the Baaka means ensuring a future for the river. The two are inextricably linked, and the river's gift must be managed with wisdom and care. The Baaka is a vibrant ecosystem, supporting a remarkable array of plants and animals. Many species are uniquely adapted to the Australian outback, surviving cycles of boom and bust. The river and its floodplains, billabongs, and wetlands are crucial habitats. They provide refuge and breeding grounds, oases of biodiversity in an arid landscape. The health of these ecosystems indicates the river's health. Majestic river red gums stand tall along the banks, providing shade and shelter. Native fish like Murray cod and golden perch swim in its waters. Waterbirds flock to the river, especially during floods, making it a place of international ecological significance. The river's flow is critical for these ecosystems, with natural floods replenishing wetlands and triggering breeding events. When the river's flow is altered, these processes are disrupted, affecting fish, birds, and vegetation. Protecting these ecosystems requires understanding their complex needs and ensuring the river has enough water. Managing threats like invasive species is also crucial. The conservation of the Baaka's biodiversity is about preserving Australia's natural heritage for future generations. For the first peoples, the Baaka is a spiritual ancestor, central to their culture and stories. The Barkindji people, for example, take their name from the river. Their connection to this watercourse is profound, stretching back tens of thousands of years. The river is woven into their dreaming, a source of identity and sustenance. The health of the Baaka is linked to the well-being of its traditional custodians. Indigenous knowledge about the Baaka is immense, offering insights that Western science is beginning to appreciate. Incorporating Indigenous perspectives into river management is crucial for the Baaka's future. The river provided everything for a rich and sustainable life, managed with sophisticated environmental knowledge. The impacts of European colonization were devastating, disrupting traditional ways of life. Despite injustices, the connection to the Baaka remains strong. Indigenous people continue to fight for their rights and advocate for the river's health. Healing the river means healing the relationship with its first peoples, listening to their voices and valuing their wisdom. The Baaka has suffered from decades of water mismanagement. Dams and weirs have altered its natural flow, trapping sediment and acting as barriers to fish migration. Over-allocation of water licenses has been a persistent problem, especially during dry periods. The environment often loses in the competition for water, leading to dry riverbeds and stressed ecosystems. The Murray-Darling Basin Plan aimed to address this, but its implementation has been controversial. Competing interests and complex governance make effective decision-making difficult. Transparency and accountability in water management are crucial. Communities need confidence that decisions prioritize the river's long-term health. The consequences of mismanagement are stark, with mass fish kills highlighting the river's stress. A new approach to water management is needed based on science, sustainability, and respect for the river's values. Climate change amplifies the challenges facing the Baaka. Australia is experiencing more intense heat waves and erratic rainfall patterns. The Baaka, in an arid region, is on the front line of these changes. Reduced rainfall and increased evaporation mean less water flowing into the river system. This affects water availability, intensifying competition for scarce resources. Adapting to a drier future requires innovation in water conservation and efficiency. Climate change also exacerbates extreme weather events, putting additional stress on ecosystems. Planning for increased risks is essential. Addressing climate change requires reducing global emissions and building resilience in river systems. The future of the Baaka depends on confronting this global crisis with urgency. Water quality in the Baaka is a major concern, with pollution posing a significant threat. Agricultural runoff introduces pesticides and fertilizers, harming aquatic life and triggering algal blooms. Salinity from historic land clearing and irrigation affects freshwater plants and animals. Pollution from towns and industries adds to the problem, with wastewater and urban runoff introducing contaminants. Managing these varied sources of pollution requires coordinated efforts across the catchment. Better land management and investment in wastewater treatment are crucial. Clean water is fundamental to a healthy river, essential for biodiversity and communities. Addressing pollution requires commitment from all stakeholders, safeguarding the Baaka's future as a clean waterway. Recent data paints a concerning picture of the Baaka's health. Studies highlight pressures on the river with significant reductions in water flow. Fish population surveys reveal alarming trends, with declines in native species like the Murray cod. Mass fish kills underscore the river's vulnerability. Water quality monitoring detects high salinity and nutrient concentrations, with frequent algal bloom alerts. Satellite imagery provides insights into changes in vegetation and water storage. The data is crucial for understanding the problems facing the Baaka and informing management strategies. Consistent long-term monitoring is essential, with greater transparency needed. The alarming truths revealed by the data should spur us to action, motivating better care for this precious waterway. The future of the Baaka hangs in a delicate balance, facing immense challenges. Water mismanagement, climate change, and pollution have taken a heavy toll. But despair is not an option. The Baaka's story can be one of hope. Saving the Baaka requires a collective effort, demanding collaboration from all levels of society. Governments must lead with strong policies, ensuring water management is based on sound science. Indigenous voices must be central, offering invaluable guidance. Communities along the river have a vital role, adopting water-efficient practices and reducing pollution. Every individual action contributes to the larger effort. A healthy Baaka is essential for the environment, agriculture, and cultural heritage. It is a national treasure we must protect, working together with wisdom and respect. The Baaka has sustained life for millennia. Now it is our turn to sustain the Baaka.